return. 14 years after Umaru Yar'Adua's death, Nigeria would have been much better, says aide. Oil production. Helicopter operators threaten shutdown over $300 new levy. I have moved on with governance despite political pressure. Fubara. And that's it on the Daily Trust. Let's move on to The Punch. Lagos-Calabar Highway. Telcos fear shutdown as construction threatens cables. Undersea fiber cables linking Europe to Nigeria pass through construction corridor. Alton Atcon. Tinubu to get ministers' Q1 assessment report. 9 banks earmark 383 billion naira for legal dispute claims. Dangote, Unilever, 5 others cut 1,281 jobs in 1 year, reports. NDLEA seizes 4,752 kilograms of cannabis concealed in Abuja gas tanker. 80% of Lekki buildings have no approval, says Lagos State government. Government served Lagos Estate demolition notices since 2021, says Commissioner. Marketers demand more fuel as depots stock drops. Federal government insists on electricity tariff hike as labor threatens showdown. Currency in circulation rises to 3.87 trillion naira, CBN. Lagos homeowners decry demolition, seek compensation. Man in custody for allegedly stealing phones in Ekiti. Let's move on to The Nation. Government begins disbursements of 50 billion naira grants to small firms. Why UK stopped students from bringing families by envoy. Lagos to clear shanties from Adeniji Adele Bridge today. Minister confident government investment in health will improve Nigerians' lives. And NPCL opens up reserves to quell scarcity. Shatima in Dallas for U.S.-Africa Business Summit. Rise in non-performing loans stunted manufacturing worrisome. And that's it on The Nation. Moving on to the Vanguard. Local firms, IOCs to bid for 12 onshore, 7 deep offshore oil blocks. 2023, why INEC servers failed to work, Peter Obi. Kidnappers sleep off after abducting pastor's wife, others in Ondo. Lagos-Calabar Highway, red flag, Tinubu's personal business. Marketers remain upbeat as petrol scarcity enters third week. Economic hardship. Massive contingency withdrawals hit micro-pension funds. Kingibe praises Chad's progress ahead of historic presidential election. Constitutional amendment. Power devolution, electoral reform must be prioritized. Shehu Sani. Viral list of ex-governors under investigation over alleged corruption falls. Misleading. That's according to the EFCC. Northern leaders flay relocation of U.S. French military bases to Nigeria. Two missing as land grabbers invade Ogun community. Insecurity will engage peace marshals across southeast. Kalu. Akwa Ibom. Murder of policeman, others signal renewed terror. Moving on to The Guardian. Banks, others shop for over 3 trillion naira from broke investors, lean market. Anxiety as INEC's report fails to recognize Ondo APC Guba primary. Northern leaders, NNPP, warn federal government against defense pact with U.S. France. Outcry over alleged arrest, expulsion of 500 youths in Lagos. Untenable fuel scarcity amid deregulation. Lingering fuel crisis, worsening capacity utilization productivity, says NECA. From 30,000 to 615,000 naira. Visibility hurdles await minimum wage largesse in states' private sector. Wage increase. Your government is deceitful. Workers cry out. Nigerian gunmen kill 25 in raids on northwest villages. EFCC insists on prosecuting Matawale over alleged 70 billion naira fraud. FG unbundles TCN, new company to take over national grid. Federal government set to increase gas supply to domestic market with 3 projects ready for commissioning. Presidency. Federal government sourcing for over $2 billion to revive Ajaokuta steel plant, minister reveals. Suspension drama. Court stops IGB, others from inviting, arresting Ganduje APC ward executives. And that's it on The Guardian. We've gone through The Daily Trust, The Punch, The Nation, The Vanguard, and The Guardian. Time to get to your reactions right now. We're streaming live on YouTube and Facebook at Nigeria Info Abuja. You can go on there to watch the show and be a part of it by dropping your contributions. Moazo John Lasisi in Jigo Boari says, how can somebody in his right mind be demanding for electricity tariff hike? What are they looking for exactly? We must begin to face this evil one-on-one. Dr. Mrs. Umar Libaran says the security of journalists at all times should be guaranteed. It's sad to observe that when a journalist insists that the right thing is done, he is declared an enemy, trailed, and so on, and nothing is done to arrest those behind it. Many have lost their lives across the country doing their work, others maimed, living with wounds, and dying slowly. To call in 0700 951 0000, 08095974869 and 08099930137. Ensure you move away from your device when you call in. State your name, your location, and please go straight to your point. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, my brother.
Welcome. Good morning. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, let me take from the Peter Obi say I refuse to cover this refuse to work. Let me tell you, I don't know why you're speaking talking. 2027 is still coming. Let them come and contest because of most of some sentiment that is why they all ballot board, and he is very capable to win Nigeria. Nigeria is not a one-man business. So let me prepare to 2027 and thorough this issue. My brother, Wallahi, I believe, inshallah, God is going to respond anybody that is for Nigeria, because inshallah, one day, Monty will go market and will come back.
All right.
Let's enjoy bye-bye for now.
God bless you. Good morning.
The voice, good morning. How are you?
Very well, thank you. How are you?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Go ahead, please.
Okay, my name is Mrs. Obeza. Let me start from where the last caller stopped. Monkey go market, go come back. If na Gary, monkey won't go back. A bag of Gary in just is 70-something thousand naira. When we're in school, those of us that are from reach home from the back, we take a lot of Gary, and that's why till today I have sight issues. Gary, kuli, Gary, granite, sometimes Gary with sauce, sometimes Gary with avocado, pear. Some other times you take
Wait a minute. Wait, hold on. You can take Gary with avocado, pear.
This is how it goes. You put small salt, pear at the speak also. You remove the seed, put small salt, you take it. It's healthy.
Oh.
But some people don't take salt. Yes, that's my dear. And I heard somebody say Gary is Gary. Gary no be Gary. As I speak to you today, in some part of Nigeria, they don't fry their Gary. They just put it at the sun small. That's the kind of Gary that if you want to make eba, you need not use too much hot water. If not, it will scatter for your hand. And that Gary is not healthy. Some cassava are poisonous. If you don't process it the way it should be, and you go and consume it, it's dangerous. But that's not where I'm going. If a motor of Gary is sold 1-2 yellow Gary, the one that is good is 1-5, 1-4, depending on where you are buying it. You can now see that hospital is very close to people, because if you don't eat healthy, you must visit hospital. People that don't go to hospital as frequently are people that eat healthy. Gary. So my appeal to government, having lamented, is that as they are reviewing salary, now we are having fuel in some filling station. I don't know the artificial measures that our government is putting in place that we are seeing fuel. After a while, we will still face the same scarcity. We are not having solution that is enduring. As they are to review salary, that even civil servants are complaining that the more you look, the less you see and understand. I appeal to government to subsidize food. I don't know how they will do it. People are asking, where is our president? Where is our president? I don't want to join them. You know why? I learned with time that even if you are where is your president, nobody will answer you. But the most important thing is, let us is doing something.
All right.
This is not what Nigerians are doing. Thank you, my dear.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome. What's your name?
My name is Abdullah.
Go ahead, please.
Peter, this is why the
Abdullah, I have a bit of an issue hearing you. You sound muffled, and I can hear your device in the background, so it's taken away from your thoughts. Thank you. Let's try this. Go ahead, please.
Peter, this is why the device did not work. What I say from Peter, we should just go back and sit down and wait for the next election and know what to do and plan ahead of the next election. So again, keep on telling people why the device did not work. We all know that we have network issue in Nigeria. So this man should just go back and sit down and calculate himself for the next election.
All right.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Felix Cochin. I'm calling from Matam.
Go ahead, Felix.
George NLC said the president is not sincere. You see, I want to tell you that I don't know what is wrong with this present government, because this is the only country in the world that borrow money to pay salaries, borrow money for overhead costs. This money that they are borrowing for this, how many percentage of Nigerians are government workers? Tomorrow they begin to shout insecurity. Those that are doing that insecurity, what provision do you make for them? It's only 10% of the society that is buying things costly. Things are very, look at a bag of ordinary garis, even though I'm not eating garis, 72,000. See, then you are paying, you only make provision all the money that Nigeria gets, you make provision for only 10%. Others, what happens to them? What you talk about artisans? People like Itodo that is working, can Nigerians prepare such money that they are mentioning? Instead of talking about reducing the essential community, price control, how things can come down. Instead, you are doing how to increase. When you are mentioning this money, they never even start implementation of paying it yet. Farmers have had it. Don't think farmers are fool. People that are doing business too, because they must get it their own from it. They must try to get their own from it. As I said it before, one day we will wake up, a price of 25 kg of rice will be 250, while 50 kg will be 500, and you must buy it.
All right.
Because them too must put their own that they must get. I don't know how government, you borrow money to pay salary. This money, Ajero is not telling us where government is going to borrow money to pay.
All right, Felix.
That it's only oil and gas that they are concentrating on. Mineral resources that full paying a cookie, they are not saying anything about it.
All right, Felix.
Dangote is using mineral resources, limestone and clay from Benue.
All right, Felix.
And Kogi State.
All right, Felix. Let's go on to YouTube and take some of your thoughts. Anthony Duru says, good morning. All I can say is God help my country. Our leaders need wisdom. Fuel scarcity 3 weeks running. Huge prize, no wahala is how he ends that message. Also, Francis Namani in Amangunze says the federal government should do everything possible to address the current fuel scarcity and the fuel price hike to ameliorate the plight of the poor masses in this country. Which way, Nigeria? May God help us. And Simon Peter in Jabu Makaranta says, help seek the justice for my boss who assaulted my left ear and has led to bleeding. Is what Simon says. All right. And Chukwugozie Onu Imadala says, a bag of Gary going for 72,000 naira in Jos. My God, what did we do? God save Nigeria and Nigerians. And Oludade Abiodun says, I believe electricity tariff increment is nothing but mean with what Nigerians are currently going through. I greet all our listeners. Happy birthday to my big brother Babaka, aka Tinubu Pikin. Gary prices high in Jos. Poor man is in trouble. Air Force kills more terrorists in Borno and Niger. No mercy. They keep the temple till all the terrorists are eliminated in our country. God bless Nigeria, is what Yahaya, the head boy in Massacre, says. 14 years after former President Umar Yar'Adua's death, may his soul rest in peace. I mean, one of the best presidents that never lasted. He was very brave, but did what others could not do in 8 years. He brokered the Niger Delta amnesty, and since then, peace as never before. He was not a sectional leader, and he shunned nepotism. I hope Nigerian leaders will emulate his style of leadership. God have mercy on Nigeria, is what Alex Minga in Kubwa says. Okay. Ubong says, for not enjoying Gary and avocado, you missed a lot. It's never too late to try it out. I'll do that today to see how it tastes, yeah? I urge you to please try it. I will. Thank you, Ubong in Kubwa. And my weekend was good. Thank you very much for asking. This is very common. Drivers, I got the experience when I was working with my colleagues. The car assigned to us for marketing. The guy would take the car to other places. Okay, there's reacting to something different. Chinelo says, my contribution this morning is our government is far from the truth. They never want to tackle insecurity. Killing is too much in the country. Banditry everywhere. The president should do something important, necessary to move the nation forward. Enough of this suffering is what Chinelo says. Ibe Fubara in Wuse says, I'm begging the federal government to work with telecom experts to see how those cables will be protected during the construction of the Lagos-Calabar highway so it doesn't get affected or cause any havoc or damage to the network cables. We need the coastal road to be completed since they have started and they are determined to complete it. Nigeria shall win at last. I'm hopeful, is how Ibe Fubara in Wuse ends his message. A good place to take a pause right now. We're going through the headlines this morning. At 7 o'clock, it'll be time for the news. And after that, we'll be back to take more of your reactions. But you can catch up on YouTube and Facebook at Nigeria Info Abuja.
Politics with security.
Let's talk about the biggest conversations.
Made of trustworthy ideas.
Passionately connected
To everyone.
Let's talk.
Let's talk on the Nigeria Info 95.1 Abuja.
This is Nigeria Info